Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. I am Najwa Farhana binti Azami, a Part 1 student of Diploma in Accountancy at UiTM Campus Jengka, Cawangan, Pahang, and this is my UED102 Study Skills Reflective video. This video contains two parts, which is Part 1, the new things that I learned, and Part 2, obstacles that I have to overcome. So, a quick explanation about this UED102 subject. From my understanding, this subject helps us a lot in the form of correcting students' learning style and polishing students' study skills. So, there are a bunch of new things that I learned from the lectures. Special thanks to my beloved lecturers for all the guidance and useful interpretation and explanation. So let's get started. During the getting ready to learn lecture, things that caught my attention in this topic is about the learning style inventory. There are three types of learning style, which is visual, where we need to see the information, auditory, where we need to hear the information, and kinesthetic, where we need to physically active and doing things. I actually did the learning style inventory test, and the result came out said that I am the visual learners. So visual learners prefer to study by using things that they can see, such as using mind map or watching tutorial videos. Now that I know what type of learners am I am currently using my own learning style to help me focus more on my study. So the next new things that I learned in the topic goal setting is I learned on how to set my goals perfectly by using the 5-step approach. Before that, in this lecture, I just found out that goals can be divided into some terms, which are short terms, mid or medium term, and long term. Also, not to be forget, we have to set our main goals too. All these goals can be set by referring to some of important characteristics, such as goals must be self-chosen, challenging, realistic, positive, and measurable. This topic taught me to be more specific on what I want to achieve in the future. Now, I know how to write an effective goal statements. We're moving on to the next new things that I learned in the topic of time management. So in this chapter, I finally know how to manage my time perfectly by using the 5 strategies of study system. These 5 strategies are use weekly schedule, daily planner, semester calendar, balancing your academic and personal life, and the most important thing is to avoid procrastination. I usually organize my time by using an ordinary planner, or I just jotting down my tasks on a piece of paper. But now I start to use the fixed commitment calendar, prioritized to-do list, and job task analysis sheet that have been provided by my lecturer. And thanks to that, now my time are fully organized. For the memory, improving concentration, and reading system chapter, I acknowledge that memories also have storage and a couple of stages, which are sensory memory, short-term memory, and the last one, long-term memory. Also, there are a various type of memory strategies, such as jotting down the information and categorize all the information. By using that particular strategies, I will know many ways to improve my memory so that I can remember notes or any information for a long period. The last new things that I learned, which is in the topic taking lecture note, is a note-taking method. Thanks to this chapter, I got to know various methods of note-taking, such as Cornell method, mapping method, charting method, outline method, and the last one, sentence method. Now we are moving on to the part 2 of my video, which is obstacles that I have to overcome. During this pandemic COVID-19, all learning institutions are currently operating by using the online distance learning, or ODL. So there are many obstacles that I have been faced throughout this semester. The first ever obstacles that I have been faced is I find it hard to understand certain topic for each subject. The main reason for this obstacle is because I have limited resources or information for each subject that I learn. Of course, if I don't understand about the certain topic, I will refer to my lecturer, but it takes a great amount of time for my lecturer to reply students' messages, especially when we ask them in the private messages. Imagine how many private messages that our lecturer get for one day, right? So it is understandable if our lecturer cannot reply our message on time. So how I overcome with this problem? During tutorial video, I will jot down all the points from the lecture and I will categorize it according to their similarities. And then I will write a simple notes and I will read the notes repeatedly and I will try to understand the notes slowly. If I have any important questions, I will ask about it in our official group class so that our lecturer will notice that. And who knows, it might be a benefit to whole class, right? Moving on to the next obstacles that I faced, I also find it hard to keep the peaceful environment around me. As you know, home is for all family members, so I cannot tell my family members to follow my rules. So what I do, I keep remembering them about my class schedule. I will ask them to not disturbing me on that particular time. I also will do all my assignment and revision at my study table to get that study vibes. So we have come to the end. That is all for my UED102 reflective video. Thank you for watching. Bye!